A Charlotte organization is seeking solutions tonight by creating a community for families impacted by disabilities. It all began last year when a local mom rented a movie theater for her autistic son. As WCNC Charlotte's Nick Sturdivant found out, that idea eventually sparked connections with parents like herself.
When people arrive at the movie theater, it's an opportunity to see the latest showing on the big screen. For Stephanie Sutka and Kevin Garcia, it's not always that easy.
As a parent with a child who has disabilities or, disabilities that aren't necessarily visible, but they, people, bystanders can tell, okay, this kid's different,
The two are parents to two boys with autism. They say it can make doing activities like going to the movies a task.
I didn't even bother daring to take my son to the movies. So, I was like, I want to go to a kid's movie, but I don't want him to ruin the experience for other people. And I also don't want him to be stressed out.
So last May, Stephanie decided to rent out a private theater.
And I was like, since I'm already renting out an entire theater, I invited some local moms, in a local group.
And through the power of social media, they were able to pack it.
Together, we kind of realized that there was such a positive response to it, and I realized that people were like I said, kind of starving for that inclusive environment and looking for community, because it's very isolating to be a parent with a child with disabilities, because you kind of realize oh, we're a little different.
Shortly after, they started the organization Accessible Charlotte, aka Access CLT.
You realize you're not alone, you build community with other people, it just makes you feel like, I guess, normal, you get to feel like this is the experience that other parents feel.
Access CLT puts on events, playdates, and helps provide resources in an effort to connect with families impacted by disabilities in any capacity.
I'll cut people's grass for free. I get contractors, they'll agree to do it for me and cut grass and things like that for people who have a disability who maybe can't do it themselves, or people who have a child who does and they don't have the time to allocate to something like that.
An opportunity to show up and fill a big role.
And I felt like it was nice to have people who got me.
Reporting for WCNC Charlotte, I'm Nick Sturdivant.
There's a lot of good work happening in Charlotte. We just have to find it. So right now, Access CLT is working to get its 501c3 status. For information on the events and to connect with the group, head over to WCNC Charlotte News app right now. We also want to put the call out there. Our Seeking Solutions segments are a way to put a face and a voice to an effort making a difference where we live. If you know someone or a group that is working to improve our community or solve systematic issues, we want to do a story about them and talk to them. Send us an email to newstips@wcnc.com or reach out to any one of us on a social media platform. You could see your story then on our air.